Hello and welcome to PROAV TV. We're here today at IBC 2015 on the Sony stand to look at the new Sony PXW FS5. This is Alvaro from Sony Europe who's going to take us through some features of the new camera.
Yeah. Well, basically we could understand this camera as an upper model to FS700. So we are inheriting many things from FS700.
Yep.
We are improving them, and we are packing them into a small FS7 body.
Right, okay.
So that is the concept we are doing.
Yep.
It has the same sensor as FS7.
Okay.
So very wide color space. We can have S-log gamma curves.
Yep.
So very wide dynamic range.
Right, okay, great, yeah.
And between the sensor and the top of the mount, we could incorporate some LCD that act as a filter.
Okay.
And the filters
Yep.
can be not only discrete, and we can select which values are on each step, while we can also have, let's say, some analog mode working
Right, okay.
on the ND filter.
Right.
That way, if you are from an indoor situation to an
Yep.
outdoor situation,
Okay.
instead of closing your iris for reducing the light or simply applying the discrete filters, you can make a ramp, let's say an analogic ramp,
Right, okay.
so that you can reduce luminosity,
Yep.
but you don't close your iris, so the depth of field is going to be the same indoors and outdoors.
So this is a new feature on this camera?
Yes.
Which
This
the
is
FS7
something-
doesn't have?
No, because this is the first time we have
Right.
incorporated this
Right.
kind of LCD,
Yes.
LCD ND filter,
Right,
this is
okay.
electronic obviously, into a 4K Super 35 sensor. I was telling that it incorporates many things from FS700. There is one thing that people loved about FS700, which is the super slow motion. So, super slow motion, in this case we have still that rolling buffer, so we have 8 seconds.
Which is like the cache.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we can then download that cache recording into the codec,
Okay.
but we can reach up to 240 frames per second in Full HD. We can reach even up higher speed if we don't scan the sensor in Full HD, but lower quantity of lines, and then up converted. But in Full HD resolution, natively in the sensor, it can reach up to 240.
240 frames per
So
second.
maybe that reminds you of FS700.
Yes.
Also, there is a difference with the FS7. On FS7, the high frame rate speed is, let's say, just 180, very close in fact. But in that case, it is continuous recording. So you can be shooting the whole time with no time limitation. In this case, if you put your camera in 24p and you shoot at 240 frames per second, it means 10 times faster. So 8 seconds are finally converted into 80 seconds of real footage.
Okay, great. So the camera's going to come in two forms. It will be body only and a lens version?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Body only. Why? Because as I was telling, you have the E-mount. E-mount has a very short flange back distance between sensor and top of the lens. So in this case, that is what you can see here. Here you have just the plane of the sensor, and let me detach the lens. You can see that the sensor is very, very close. So you have a very narrow space, so you can build whatever you want in front of the sensor.
Okay.
Imagine that you are working with PL lenses or EF lenses. So in that case, through an adapter, you can convert that lens mount into a native E-mount lens. And even in that case, if you are shooting with a full frame lens, obviously the surface, the diameter of the circle of light is bigger than the sensor.
Right, okay.
So you can use an active sensor, an optically active sensor, to reduce that cone of light, and you can even gain one more stop or even 1.5 stops in the latitude.
So we're giving the customer flexibility, and they can
Of
choose their
course.
glass basically.
They know it.
Exactly, they have it most of the time.
Yes. Let me
So
put
what's
it.
the other sort of key features on the camera, Alvaro?
Firstly, ergonomics.
Yep.
They are crazy. So it is very light. Just 800 magnesium body. So it's very, very light. Just this part is stunningly light. Sensor is really, really powerful. We have the high frame rate, so we can shoot in super slow motion. And also we have the neutral density filters. So those four things combined obviously we have much more things,
course,
but
yeah.
these are the key features that make this camera so special and so fancy.
Okay. And the outputs on the camera, what do we have? Do we have
SDI,
yeah.
obviously 3G SDI,
Yeah.
we have HDMI,
Yeah.
and also we can output, as you can see, we have an Ethernet connection. So you can do a streaming or an FTP. You can upload a file, not only via Wi-Fi, but also through a wired connection. So very, very nice for a noisy, let's say, electromagnetically noisy environments, like for instance this one.
Right, okay, brilliant.
So,
that's great. And it will take the standard BPU, Sony BPU 60,
yeah,
BPU 90
BPU,
batteries?
yeah, so the typically so-called XDCAM batteries.
Yep.
And also in this case, we are using a much cheaper media recording, which is SD.
SD card, okay.
So,
SD card now recording, okay, great. So it keeps the cost down on the media as well.
of course.
Brilliant.
Obviously.
And could you just also tell us maybe a few differences between the FS5 and the FS7?
Sorry, a little comparisons.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, obviously, quite a lot of questions we're going to get asked is, what you know, we're going from the FS7 down to the FS5, or we're buying both.
Yeah.
What are we going to gain? What are we going to lose? Or?
From my point of view, it's not a matter of here FS7 and here is FS5.
Yeah.
It was that for different markets we were using either FS7 and FS700. So now we are going this way.
Yeah.
We are in an upper model when referred to an FS700. So what I could really tell is that, for instance, if you are using your FS7 for documentaries, for news, for that, let's say, broadcast-like environment, then in that case you will probably willing to use the FS7. If you are shooting, let's say, online videos, weddings, freelance music videos, you are even using drones, as you can see in that configuration. In that case, probably you will prefer the FS5. The price gap is probably, let's say, £1,800. That is the
so
difference.
Where is this camera priced at, body and lens version?
We are still on that, but it's about 5,800 euros plus VAT. Sorry for talking in euros.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah,
and that's the lens kit version?
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to add the VAT.
Yep.
So we cannot talk about final prices, as you know, but that is the price gap. It is below 6,000 euros.
Okay, and the body only version will be,
let's say, 600 or 500 euros less than the kit lens.
Okay, great. So it's a good price point as well.
Yeah, I think so.